everyone. My name is Kathleen Prokop, and I've been going to Mount San Jacinto College since spring of 2010. Actually, I'm in college there now for about, let me see, two, 2 years and a half. So 18, 17, 16. So I've been going to school now for 5.5 years because I know that it's now 2018, but I took a whole year and then 3 years non-consecutive. So hopefully I'll be graduating next spring, May 19, and I plan to transfer at UCR. I've been attending the communication on her class this past summer 18, but unfortunately I didn't finish it because I think it just got so stressful. So I'm going to take it again in the fall. Hopefully that I'll be able to complete it. Well, anyway, supposed to be on my third speech for Communication 100 is persuasive speech, and my topic is CalFresh, and we're supposed to have 6 minutes and 30 seconds time, and I time myself and I stay within the 6 minutes and 30 seconds. So now I'm gonna read to you what was my persuasive speech was. Low-income students should apply for CalFresh. CalFresh is an entitlement program from the government that low-income students should apply for because they can get assistance to buy nutritious food. As stated at the web of California Department of Social Services, CalFresh is a federal mandated, state supervised, and county operated government entitlement program. CalFresh electronic benefit transfer EBT card users such as low-income students should use their benefits to buy nutritious food. Teresa Walker wrote in her article about EBT when there is an electric outage, and she wrote, because of a planned statewide system outage, EBT cannot be used. EBT is used like ATM debit card. Low-income students should apply for CalFresh. As students, we all can relate to have money problems when it comes to buying groceries. These students are called low-income students. First, students should buy nutritious food once they receive CalFresh. Second, students should work 20 hours a week so they can receive CalFresh. Third, students should then be able to buy more because they are working less hours. I choose this topic because I want to encourage low-income students to apply for CalFresh. My research composed of database, research from my library, from the websites, California Department of Social Services, and my CalFresh. Okay. Biomed Central wrote that good nutrition planning is an important role to well-being. That is why students should buy nutritious food. CalFresh EBT card is accepted in San Jacinto at Stair Brothers, El Toro, Walmart, and 7-Eleven to name a few vendors. Examples: what groceries can be purchased using CalFresh are eggs, cheese, chicken, steak, fish, tuna in cans, pasta and sauces, canned goods and milk, yogurt, and boxes of frozen baked goods, and custom ordered cake too. Practically, CalFresh EBT card users can buy all edible products except alcohol. But EBT cannot be used as restaurants. To reiterate, low-income students should buy nutritious food with their EBT, should work less once they receive CalFresh EBT, should study hard because now that they have CalFresh, they can work less hours. Some of the criteria for being students as listed in the website MyCalFresh are ages between 18 to 49, work at least 20 hours per week, or approved for state or federal work study, or receive CalWorks, or do not plan to apply next school term. Part-time students with children can be qualified as well, with restrictions on how many children the part-time students have. Student must be working toward a degree. Unfortunately, the shortage of jobs has made it hard for students to survive. Therefore, low-income students who qualify should apply for EBT card. It is unfortunate sometimes when fraud with EBT happens. Judy Currier from Maine's newspaper Source Plus wrote that the Maine Department of Health and Human Services are teaming with the local law enforcement to combat EBT fraud. Therefore, students in California Community College should not commit EBT fraud because there is a fine and a payback. Christian Alexanderson wrote that aside from fraudulent and paybacks, defendants are not able to receive food stamps. United States General Accountability Office states that in 1999, food stamps program provided 16 billion benefits to about 18 million recipients. United States Food Administration provides EBT to such as low-income students. Food stamps program is one of the nation's largest assistance program in the United States. Therefore, some of the things to remember about food stamps program are users such as low income should not commit fraud. There are over 18 million people who received food stamps in 1999. Food stamps are a program from United States Food Administration. Because low-income students need to eat nutritious food, they should apply for food stamps. They should be able to work 20 hours a week, and they should be able to study more. Students should visit MyCalFresh website for more information. Since there is a possibility of fraudulent, the government will restrict EBT users to a fine fee and payback. Plus, defendants are not able to apply for EBT. Therefore, EBT users should not commit fraudulent. Thank you so much. Are there any questions? My research was basically the criteria is only to use two web page from the internet, and the rest are from a database of either printable or article or journal from the database or from the my library. I really enjoyed preparing this speech. It took me about 3 days to get it right. First, I had to make a rough draft, and then I had to research. I had to find some ideas on what nutritious category that I should pick to talk about. And so I picked CalFresh because I'm a CalFresh recipient. I live in California, and it's really is good benefit from the government, and it's really helped me and my husband to be able to buy food and whatever I can't buy, wherever the food stamps can buy.
What are you doing?
Then I usually let me see, is supplemented by my husband, and so loose people just don't care. So because they think that they know I'm gonna publish this, they don't care. So that's how loose a person is. But I'm gonna publish it anyway because it shows that, to show you what kind of people I live with, and I think I should really move to Riverside. God has been let me find a place to live in Riverside, which will be available sometime next year. Hopefully I get it because it'd be closer to UCR, and I'm probably gonna be, I don't know, probably living alone. Tough time is a measure of faith, but sometimes faith is not enough because it's not being fed. And I have a vision of myself graduating from UCR with a bachelor's. I'm not sure if I should go beyond bachelor's because I've been researching the doctorate, and I think it might be hard, but I'm not sure. So, but I gave it a try. I have a disability which affects my concentration, and so I really have to have a good teacher or professor that gives a good review. So for me to be able to pass a class, and I do study hard with a review that they provide to students in my class. I'm not the only one who received review in my class. All of us students receive review in the classes that I usually enroll, that professors provide a review. I really need prayers because I really need to graduate next year. My housing that I applied for, I'm on number 7, so that's very close, and it's a low-income apartment. It's really spooky for me because I never lived alone before. I stayed away from my family once, and I live in a friend's house. It would be her friend and his 2 sons, and my friend and her daughter. And then later on, I left my friend and I lived in hotels. I had nowhere to go at night. And then God took me out of that and put me into a more challenging place where really tough time getting along. People that I was with, it's really challenging because I've been attacked because of my condition, where belittling me and taking away my integrity and making me think that I'm not a good person enough, you know. So I have a vision that someday I will be able to get a good job again. I was a insurance clerk processor for about, let me see, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90. That's 5 years. And then I worked before, no, oh yeah, plus 5 years, plus 80, 80, 81, 82, 83. So it's 8 years, I think, or 7 years now. And then plus part was working as a nurse, more or less 2 months there, 1 month there, few weeks there, maybe even I work as a nurse at a retirement home from September 84 to about April or May 85. It was really good experience in that place. It's a retirement home. I work night shift, and what I do there is if there's someone at the clinic, I take care of them. Otherwise, it's basically there just to get phone calls, emergency, and in the morning, I go take a blood glucose test for some patients, residents, that I give them their insulin shot. I really I really was enjoying working there. I used to go upstairs in the kitchen and get some ice cream, and then some of the staff would leave like jams and whatever and bread, and I would orange marmalade, and I would make some toast and eat it for snack. I've been a Christian all my life. I was born into the Salvation Army Church religion. My mother and my dad are Salvation Army officers, and I was born in Asingan, Pangasinan on June 5th, 1959, and I remember about my being baby. The first years I remember of my life, I was in Patnungon, Antique, Patnungon, and then later on it was in Baguio, and in Ordinera, Tondo, Hermosa, Bayambang, Hermosa. Then I came to United States of America. My port of entry was in Hawaii. Let me see. Been married now for almost 18 years. Robert is the longest person I think that I've lived with consecutively, because no, it's not. 21 years I lived with my mother and my dad, in my life. But anyway, I would say that having a good family is yet I have to find. Although I did not have, it wasn't bad for me growing up. I didn't have playmates because I was only a little girl, and we live in a place where houses or children are living close by. So I went to school and I had one playmate at school, and then there were 3 of us. But when I was living in Koloa, when I first came to United States of America, I had like 1, 2, 3 friends, so there were 4 friends. And then when I moved to Dole Intermediate School in Kalihi, we moved back to Oahu. I had like, say, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we were 6. I'm not sure, 7. And we all work at the cafeteria since I was 8th grade, so I could get free lunch. We get to leave the classroom, let me see, 15 minutes earlier to go to the cafeteria. We'll get ready and eat our lunch, free lunch, and I would collect money from the students that are buying lunch. And I usually balance. Praise God. I took bookkeeping in high school. Actually, I took accounting when I was in high school. I got A on it, and I was challenged because um, I wanted to do good, and I want to uh, do it right, and so I got an A. I took a shy, so I took speech classes um, because I wanted to overcome my shyness, and I wanted to learn how to be assertive. And in my speech class, I learned about working with peers, and I learned, oh yeah, when I came to California, that's when about 85, that's when I got my disability. And I was taking care of my nephews and nieces, my nephews. I want to be able to be a good example to them and kind of discipline them. So I didn't know anything about raising any children, so I bought a book, how to raise a toddler, Christian way, assertive way. So then I use about, I feel like, I think we shouldn't do this, I think we should do this, and what you think, give me your ideas. So I read that, and I use that to raise my nephews. I have to babysit them. And then they left like about maybe 87 maybe, or 88. They moved elsewhere. So it was really sad because they gave me pleasure in my life. I had something like responsibility to, and I get something like anti-motherly love to offer to them. And then I took them to the beach, to church, took them to arcade, buy them clothes and toys. And also, when we were living in Temecula back in 1996, I realized that my dad did not have much clothes, and says my mother. And at the time then, I was like buying a lot of clothes because I started to work when I was living in San Diego. And in San Diego, I was buying clothes, I was working, and a lot of my girlfriends has lots of clothes and shoes, so I bought shoes every month, clothes every month. In fact, that's where my money went from. Let me see. And then, so I started buying them clothes once a month, increased their clothes, so I say that, a collection. I started also buying clothes from my nephews and nieces, and that's where my money from. At the time, my social security disability benefits wasn't even $700. And then when I first started with disability benefits, I didn't even get 500, and it was supplemented by SSI, which made it about $500 total. So that some of that went to pay for the mortgage I was helping to pay. I didn't have a car payment, but I had to pay like my own telephone, because I didn't want to have other people using my phone, and I don't want to have to pay. I want to have my own bills to pay with the phone, and it helped with electricity. And my mother had to like work real hard for us to eat. At the time, my dad wasn't living with us yet, and I was then but my two nephews though was living with us, so there were four of us eating uh, together. What would have been? It's 84. Oh yeah, there would have been three nephews by then, and me and my mother was five. Let me see. It's quite difficult, but kind of easy to take care of children. I just have to bring him to the park. I bring him to the park every day. Uh, Take them to the movies every weekend. We watch really PG movies. Let me see. We watch like what was that? We watch movies like ooh, you know what, the Braille and the stone rolling in the cave. And also we watch something like Hanna-Barbera. I think that was the kind of eccentric. She was like a mermaid and she got legs, so she had to get used to having legs. Which comedies and action. At the time, there was no Star Wars. Star Wars came out in 1998, 9 maybe. Cause we watched it when there was, oh no, that must have been part 2 already. I don't know, because there was a new movie theater in Temecula called Edwards Movie Theater, and it's like an amphitheater, and we went to watch it there. I used to watch, no, that was in Edward Theater. I forgot. I used to watch theater next to Save On, which only charged $2, a movie matinee. I could spend $5, come to the soda and popcorn, a hot dog, and the tickets. I only spent about $5. And the first time I watched a movie in a long time after having been watching a movie, I watched at a Regal Theater right there close to Powerhouse Gym and the Center Medical Center. And I spent $20 just for myself. And then Robert took me to the movies and we spent a lot of money because my ticket alone cost I think $10.50 and his tickets cost $10.50, and we bought a popcorn and a soda. Probably came out to $30-$40, so we didn't do that again. It was just a special one. I know, out of the blue and to watch a movie. Actually, me and Robert, of all our marriage, we only watch movies twice. Isn't that weird? We're not a movie people going. We watch movie at home with DVD or television. We watch Jackie Chan. We used to watch Sex and the City, and then there's cowboy movie show on television. We used to watch all those. We watch news a lot. We used to watch Fox News and yeah, we watch Fox News because before I met Robert, I was watching CCN. Now I watch C-SPAN. I can get 3 C-SPAN. Hey! 3 C-SPAN, and I could watch also legislation from California, one channel. And the most thing I like about living with Robert is that we love each other, but because there's some force that me and Robert fighting with is trying to break up our marriage. So I hope that God is protecting us. The Bible said that God is in control, and I really believe in that. But there is also bad forces that God allowed to exist, I guess, so we would know what is right and wrong. So we would know who to pick to worship God, or the one that lesser than God. So, and God knows our thoughts. Sometimes God makes people not pleased with what they do, what God does, because I don't know why. I guess sometimes it's hard to please God, or sometimes God watches over us, but there's something not happy in people's lives when we feel that God left us and allowed the devil to persecute us, or allowed Lucifer to attack lives of Christian people, and we have to leave it up to God. And when we leave it to God, we get saved. But since it's still end times, I preach about that end times since 2000, I think, one in Umberwood, when I was talking about the book of Romans. And then 2002 and 3, I did Bible study. I used to go to BFS or something like that with Stonecroft, and we got a book, and that's the reason why I want to go back to Stonecroft ministry, but I can't find now. And we used to have a book that we used to do homeworks, and it was real good study. And the Calvary Chapel Hammond had a also school, so I would buy the books and teach the book in my living room. And that's how I started my careers, talking about the Bible and doing my volunteer work, talking about the Bible in the nursing homes, retirement homes, and I used to play my guitar. And then after that, I sang a cappella. Then later on, I learned, I was able to have enough courage to say if I could volunteer playing the piano. And then after I talk about the Bible, I would play the piano. And with all this things that I've done, it brings me closer to being perfect in such a way that, well, I have yet a lot to learn. I'm just learning right now to deal with casual conversation with people that are able to think the same like mind, like myself, where conversation is a two-way open of two mature people. Although I've dealt with people that are comfortable to be with, but not quite conversation, but just not really technical, but where two-way open communication is both same peer level. Let me see. I'm going to be graduating, like I said, in spring 2019, and hopefully with 5 associates, and they are economics, business and information system, I think even mathematics, arts and humanities and communication, and sociology and behavior science. I'm really excited about that. I really researched about my career at the MSJC, or also known as Mount San Jacinto College, because I was really inspired because my first semester there was spring of 2010. Someone graduated from MSJC, and someone graduated 5 associates and said, I want to do that too. But and I think I'm gonna achieve it. I have to. I would be getting it after I get 2 more, 3 more. I get C's, and even if I don't get the 2 other classes, but I want to because that's my real major, economics. That's where I really want to go. I'm a woman, but I think economics is not really a prime major for a woman. I don't see any woman choosing economics. They rather do business administration, which was my first major, but I changed my major into economics as soon as MSJC offered economics in 2014. So anyway, God is good all the time. Going to work has made me, going to school is like going to work for me. I need to be studying, which is like basically project at school, at work if you will go to work. Do my homework is basically putting into action projects or planning, and I always try to meet my deadlines. Hopefully that this coming fall 2018 I'll do great. Sometimes I'm like worried because I'm afraid that I will not get good grades, but so far this spring semester I was really working hard and I got blessed by God because I was able to get good grades. And please pray for me and my husband Robert. He's a great guy. We played basketball together because I noticed I was gaining weight. And then we barbecued together. We're really very close lately, and I'm really happy about that. I just wish I could take him dancing to Soboba Casino. He doesn't like me going there dancing in Soboba Casino, so my friends thinks I'm not married because I said I'm married but never bring him out going out with me. So that's something like a sacrifice I have to do because I told him before, we didn't have, I may have, you know about telepathy, right? Telepathy is really good. It's a Christian. There's a Christian telepathy. Because I first started to develop it in late 80s when I arrived in Escondido, me and my family. And I heard about it before when I was like in 8th grade. In my psychology class, my teacher said, you get wherever you book you and you borrow it. So I borrowed it. It talks about telepathy. So what is this telepathy? Zodiac sign. I said, and Gemini, that's exactly what I really do. I mean, how did he get it right? This zodiac sign. So I went to the library and bought a zodiac book and researched on it. I talked to my dad about it, and he said, well, that is not really question, and that's cultic. And I forgot. Oh my gosh, my dad say cultic. Where did you learn the word cultic? So that's the first time I heard the word cultic as opposed to paganism. Then I realized that like the Mormon or Jehovah's Witness is like cultic, whereas the Catholic or paganism. So I said, oh, so that is cultic, but something deeper than me. But I said, I don't understand because only God can read mind, right? So I said to myself, well, I said, well, maybe there would be, because if God reads mind and we're like to become like God, like Jesus Christ, then I'm sure are supposed to be able to communicate with God. I mean, why do we pray in our mind and hear God's voice and know what God, us talking to God, God knows? So I said, well, there has to be maybe a mortal or Christian ability to read minds, or ability to develop a clairvoyance or aura. And so I said, well, let's develop it. And I prayed to God and I said, God, I like this to happen. And I think we should do it. She's got extraterrestrial. Extraterrestrial are the ability like those samurai or those monk in Chinese or Mongolian. They're able to climb a tree, natural thing, and they're able to, and with their clothes, just, and then you get the star, a star, or, I say that, you go like, I used to do that in Philippines before, and I was able to do it. But, so, when I first did it, when I was first diagnosed with my mental disability, I didn't hear voices. But when I developed my telepathy, I was able to communicate to God better. And I was able to hear God's voice, and the word of the Bible talks to me better. But it's have to be tough sometimes, because I don't want to hear the word of not God. So I need to commit my life to God whenever I can. But I know that my life is sanctified. I offered my life as a living sacrifice to God. So if I'm alive, living good Christian life, doing what's right and not wrong, and then I should be able to be sanctified and remain purified by the power of Jesus Christ, because I'm able to have self-control, and I'm able to have a spirit gift of loving kindness, honesty, let me see, kind, loving, joy, tribulation, trials, and self-control. Which the Bible says, I think that's in Ephesians or Philippians, is that self-control brings patience, and patience hope, and okay, something like, I forgot what it was, but whenever there's problem, sometimes I can't take it anymore, the pressure, then I just go ahead and pray to God. Tribulation happens. I asked the pastor in Calvary Chapel, Hammond, and said, tribulation happened when Jesus Christ was born. Are you serious? Yes, that's when tribulation started, when Jesus Christ was born. So I said, well, I think I experienced some, I heard about tribulation. I studied the Bible, the book of Revelation in 1989. And I understand about the beast system. I thought before the beast system was, is it 99 or 90? I forgot. And the beast system, I thought the beast was a monster beast. But it's a beast system, it's like the one world order, where sometimes cash is used, sometimes debit card is used, sometimes check is used, or both or three at the same time, depending on the what the sociology call it, the clique. So there is a clique, you know, and even every home is a clique. Me and my husband with my pets, we have a clique. Let me see, my group of friends, we have a clique. Whether we meet only once in a while or meet in my home once in a while, we have a clique. I noticed that. And our clique is if I have a party, some of my friends bring gifts, some don't. We talk together. We watch the movie that we put on television together, and we eat food together. They like the food I cook. So it's a clique, because and it's not like we dance at home or we have grand balloons or grand banners. We don't have that when we have like Thanksgiving or Christmas or my birthday party. This year so far, the 2018, we celebrated, I think, New Year's Day. I did celebrate it, I just forgot whether I had friends come over at that time. New Year's Day, Easter, Memorial Day, my birthday, Robert's birthday, 18th year anniversary. I think that's 7 or 8. We didn't spend that much. It's only like cheap food. I think we plan to celebrate Labor Day. I've been blessed because do you see the gas price is $3.35 a gallon. But you know, in Corona, it's only $3.29 a gallon. So, but Chevron in Corona is $3.65 a gallon. So I went to Suboba dancing tonight, and a lot of trials, a lot challenging, a lot of oppression. I call it oppression when I do that, experience that. I feel like tribulation started to me when I got married, because that's when I started having problems in my thoughts and decision-making process and growing up and being a wife, cooking, washing clothes, buying food, budgeting, paying bills. All those things I've done. And Robert helps financially. He provides financial for me, and he helps me with the rent before, but now he helps me with other stuff now. We're poorer now than before, but we're more blessed now than we are poorer than before. So before you could go camping every week, you can't do that now because we don't have no money. But God bless us. We're gonna go camping with my church, 412 church that I go to on August 24, 25, and 26. It's gonna be more not the same spot that we had at the Lake Hemet, but it's gonna be by the waters. So, because the last place that we had before was next to the road, and it was a coyote. They were making noise. I was afraid that they might come in our camp, because on Saturday we were barbecuing, and a coyote was on the fence across the road. So I said to myself, oh my gosh, if that thing comes in here, they're gonna attack and eat our food and attack us. So I pray to God that he won't get attacked. But it was real spooky though. So this time I'm gonna be inside, closer to the water. That's what the guy said. In fact, to buy tickets is already available online at 412 Church. It's $26 a person, and Robert is going to give me money, so we'll go ahead and reserve it. So that's usually our camping trip on our vacation. This would be the third time I go camping with 412 Church, and second time with Robert camping with 412 Church. I wish that Robert went to increase more his education after we met, because I wanted that so very bad that my husband would be like professional someday. But when I first met Robert, he wasn't a professional, he was only self-employed. So I said, oh, it's alright. So we love each other, and we live in a nice low-income apartment. Well, anyway, one thing I like about school is I get to go out every day. I get to use my mind by studying, and I get to meet friends, tutors, and other students, and professors, and co-students in classroom. And spring semester, I went in the math competition because we would give us 5 points in the finals. So I did. I need help, because I got 101 score in my finals for math. I bet if I didn't get the 5 points, I wouldn't have gotten an A. So that was really nice. So please pray for me that I do good at college, that I get to graduate with my associate and transfer to UCR. Don't know. I don't know if I want to move out of San Jacinto and go to university and move to Riverside or not. I'm not sure, because our home is just situated this way because of the redistricting and the economic situation, that it was reformed, that it should be this way. But see, there's also an idea that if we move around to where life suits better, that is also a way out, that it would still be alright economically. So that's what I want to do. So anyway, thanks for listening, and thanks for bearing with my news about my life. There are more good things to come in life for everybody, because God promised that we'll prosper, whether it be now, later, or later. We're not only prosper with material things, but we're prosper with peace, with food, with clothes, with the things that we need. It doesn't have to be material stuff. It could be shelter. That's how we are blessed prosperously, and we are not supposed to be anxious for nothing. I have 2 frames in my home that said about give us this daily bread. And what that means is we need to constantly trusting in God, because when we say give us this day our daily bread, we're not supposed to store what's something that we don't need in the long run. We only have to store what we need now and do one thing at a time, because the grace will come, the blessing will come. And I find that to be true, but I say that it's better to live two people than one. Hopefully that me and Robert get kids soon. I don't know when. Like to adopt, but he said it's too old now. So, okay, Robert, stop coughing. The one that I preached before about the end times, that we're supposed to have a new name. And since half the population does incarnate, you probably won't remember about us, those that incarnate. And when we incarnate too, we first came the other half. You remember what happened when we're living before in heaven. That's a new faith, a new religion that I found, and hopefully I get to prove it someday. That's what really is. I think some culture already have done, and they're more smarter than some people. They got a clique of their own too, and they are intelligent, they're mature, they're hard worker. They have their ups and downs, like for example, the same thing like with me, but with me I have this goal, I have the strength to do my homework because I want to get good grades. But some, they just want to do homework because they want to finish it and get a job. So in the past, I think I still like to believe that a man gets a C, a woman gets an A. Maybe the man will be more successful in getting a job, but the woman is too, right? But I think the woman matured later in life than man. But I think woman gets more common sense before a man. Maybe for me, I don't know about the other men and women, but that's what I found. Let me see, challenges are, because of my disability, I don't know where I'm going with my education, although I know I would like to get a bachelor. I just don't know how to get to UCR because the bus route 212 stop, or it's going to stop in January 2019. So I think I'm going to hustle up because they might be able to get another way, because they said there might be another way, they're going to open another way. I just don't know, because I did an action alert and it's supposed to be for half an hour to get here to UCR. So hopefully that happens. I think I'm gonna call the RTA and ask what should be done. So okay, thank you so much. Take care and stay faithful to God, and see you later.